time for another beer review. This time it's a much anticipated review of my rye beers. Well, much anticipated by me anyway. I've been looking forward to for quite a while now to review these two. I've kind of brewed them a good 2 to 3 weeks apart, so I guess I've just been waiting on the second one conditioning so I can do a side-by-side comparison. So both these rye beers are completely different from each other, completely different recipes. All the malts are different, well, mostly different, and ratios are all different. Hops are similar but in different orders, and they both use completely different yeast, so I'm not expecting them to be the same, but I really am looking forward to see what they are like. They're slightly different ABVs. Version 1 ended up 6.2 and 29 IBUs. And version 2 ended up 5.6% and 42 IBUs. So they will be a bit different from each other, but I don't really care. So without further ado, let's crack them open. We'll go for version 1 first. Been out of the garage about half an hour. They're slightly warmer than refrigeration temperature, but still coolish. Should probably wait a bit longer, but I'm down for a beer. Nice bit of decent hiss, wee bit of cannon smoke, nothing much. The only reason I've chosen these glasses is because they're identical to each other, so just kind of makes things look a little bit aesthetically pleasing, a little bit nicer. Now there's a bit of sediment coming through now, so that pours quite a decent coloured. What colour would you say that? That's certainly got a nice orange tinge to it. I'll hold it up to the light, I don't know, it's the sunlight in the background. That's kind of what colour would you say that? A slightly darker than iron brew, I would say. Orangey brown, more on the orangey side. Not much of a cap at all. I would say probably a quarter finger's head. Decent amount of carbonation, you could probably see that at the bottom, and there's a wee stream, not loads but enough. Let's see what this second version is like. We'll just put that to one side for 1 minute and let's pour this second version. Another decent hiss, wee bit of can smoke. And we'll stop it there again, a bit sediment, so stop that there. For being completely different recipes and different ratios, they are quite similar. I would say this one, that's more hopped, has a slight haze to it, compared to the other ones, a lot clearer. I think that actually comes across on camera. Sorry, I'll just turn this down a little bit. Music's just a little bit too louder. Yeah, so they're both quite nice looking. Both don't really have much of a cap on them. Both decent amount of levels of carbonation. Let's go in for the smell. So we'll go for version 1 first. Just a wee swirl. What was version 1 again? Let me just remind myself. Version 1, that was version 1. Okay, so what am I picking up? What am I picking up? I'm definitely picking up esters, bit of sweetness, That'll be from the Safbrew T58. So this one used the Safbrew T58. What else am I picking up? Am I picking up any earthiness or mintiness from the Fuggles and Challenger? This isn't dry hop, so don't necessarily expect to taste it. Cedar, tea, no. Smell the Munich actually, and the sort of characteristic rye kind of smell. Yeah, it smells very inviting actually. Nice. Very pleasant. Let's go in for the taste. That's not bad, actually. You get a bit of pepperiness, bit of spiciness. I put whole peppercorns in the last 30 minutes of the boil, and that does come through. It's not overpowering, and I would say it probably ties in quite nicely with the Safbrew T58 yeast, which is meant to have a slight spiciness to it, so I think they probably complement each other quite nicely. Let's go in for a second one just to see if I can pick anything else up. That's nice. You do definitely get the pepperiness. This one has well, I'll talk about the grain bills afterwards. Actually, I'll just head in for the smell and the taste on this second one. Probably should have tasted them both together, but hey well. Not as peppery or spicy in the nose. Not as much esters. In fact, no esters that I can detect. This one's been brewed. The yeast on this one was the Safel US05, so that kind of estery spiciness isn't present on this one. On the smell, what do I get on the smell though? That is the important question. Not a great deal, to be perfectly honest. I maybe should have drunk them in a different order, so that I tasted the one with maybe because I've drunk the other one and smelled the other one first, that I'm not picking it up as much because it's a bit stronger. I certainly do get a bit of sweetness. That's probably from the caramel and the crystal. Do I smell the rye? Not so much, but anyway, let's go in for a taste test. Cheers. Nice. I also boiled some peppercorns in with this one as well. Similar amounts at a similar time. Definitely comes through on the taste. You definitely smell the pepperiness associated with the peppercorns in this one. And you definitely get a drier finish, with it being a little bit more bitter, a little bit more hopped. I'm just trying to figure out which one I prefer. They're both nice, and I would brew them again. I'm just trying to ascertain what I would do differently. Let's just have another wee compare. In some respects, the pepperiness is more, I wouldn't say dominant, but because there's less other flavours there, it seems to come through to the forefront a bit more. And you definitely get the drier finish, like I said, with the hops being more hopped. I think I would just try to figure out what it lacks or needs more of in both the cases. I might somehow amalgamate the recipes and come up with sort of one that kind of ticks most of the boxes or more boxes. Definitely get the esteriness of this yeast. They're both nice. They're both nice. I think I'll just for comparison's sake, I'll just run through the grain bills. So version 1 was 400 grams Maris Otter, 240 grams of Munich, 200 grams of flaked rye, 115 grams of biscuit, and 40 grams of carapils. We had Challenger and Fuggle hops throughout the boil. and as I said previously, the Safbrew T58, 10 grams of peppercorn, black peppercorns, whole at 30 minutes throughout the boil. This one, by comparison, 640 grams of Maris Otter, 106 of flaked rye, 35 grams of crystal, 90 and 26 grams of caramel. Fuggles and Challenger also throughout the boil, but the other way around, where Fuggles was the bittering and Challenger was more towards the latter end of the boil, and Safel USO 5. So, despite them being so different, there's a lot of similarities in the look and in the taste. I think what I would do the next time round, I would cut back on the peppercorns. It's, for me personally, it's just a bit too peppery, just a tad. I think in both their cases, they lack a little bit of sweetness. I think they need a little bit more sweetness just because of the peppercorn and the spiciness that's present there. I think this one has a little bit more sweetness to it, and it's quite complementary, but it also lacks sort of the aroma side of things. So I think I might actually, if I brewed this again, which I think I will, I think I would stick with the Safbrew T58, because the aroma is really nice. You don't really get much of an aroma of this one at all, really. So I think what I'll do, I think I've decided to fix the yeast. I've decided on the yeast. I think I would cut back a little bit on the bittering, on the IBUs. 42 seems a bit too high. What was this? The other one, 29. Yeah, that's more. I think complementary. About the 30 IBU mark for this, for me personally, is working better than the 40 IBUs. The winner. If I had to choose one. I think it's got to be version 1. It's just got a couple of things going for it. This one is slightly sweeter, but it's also a lot more bitter, and it's just that bitterness that's just put me off just that little bit. That's why the version 1 just swings it for me personally. Yeah, I'm definitely going to brew a peppercorn rye again. Definitely, it's a nice beer. For me personally, like I said, it needs a bit more sweetness, a little bit less bittering. So 30, I'll go aim for roughly 30 IBUs. Stick with the Safbrew T58. Up the crystal caramel kind of content to have a bit more sort of caramelly sweetness to it, which is complementary. I think it's also complementary to the yeast itself, that you can smell that sweetness, that esteriness. So, what else? Malts wise, not 100% sure what I'll do with that one, but you know, I think I've got a clear direction which way I would like to go, to sort of further sort of develop a better version of these two. But as a first attempt, and having never made a peppercorn rye, I've made a rye beer before, but not a peppercorn rye. Just did this out of a little bit of interest, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this. A wee bit of an experiment for me. Didn't know really how it was going to turn out. Like I said, completely different recipes, but there's quite a lot of some similarities and some quite contrast differences between the two. But I've quite enjoyed it. I hope you have too. And yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching. Cheers.